We all know the Amazon rainforest as the largest forest and the lungs of the earth. These titles convey just how important it is. But what if we lost it? First up, some fun facts to get us started. The Amazon rainforest stretches across 9 countries: Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. It's like the ultimate "you must be this diverse to enter" club. This massive green expanse covers about 5.5 million square kilometers. For those keeping score at home, that's roughly the size of the entire continental US, minus a few states. Picture Texas, California, and Montana teaming up to form one epic green superhero. Now let's talk about the party animals of the Amazon, and I mean that literally. This place is home to around 390 billion individual trees. Yeah, you heard that right, billion with a B. And these trees aren't just standing around looking pretty. They're hosting the ultimate wildlife bash with over 10% of the world's known species. We're talking jaguars, sloths, pink river dolphins, yes, those exist, and more types of frogs than you can shake a stick at. It's basically nature's version of a superstore. Everything you need, and stuff you didn't even know you wanted. But here's the not-so-fun part. We're chopping down this incredible place like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. In the past 50 years, about 20% of the Amazon has been deforested. That's like wiping out an area twice the size of Texas. Every minute, we lose about 3 football fields worth of trees. So what happens if we just, poof, lose it all? First off, say goodbye to a major oxygen producer. The Amazon is often called the lungs of the earth because it produces around 20% of the world's oxygen. Imagine running a marathon and someone takes away 1/5 of your oxygen supply. Yeah, not fun, but it gets worse. Without the Amazon, all that carbon dioxide that the trees usually absorb would go straight into the atmosphere. It's like hitting the turbo boost on global warming. More CO2 means more heat, and before you know it, you're sweating through your shirt in December, and it's not just us humans who suffer. All that extra CO2 also gets absorbed by the oceans, making them more acidic. This spells disaster for marine life in the Atlantic. Coral reefs, gone, fish populations, crashing faster than my hopes of ever winning the lottery. And let's not forget the Amazon's own residents. Without their home, countless species would face extinction. It's like an eviction notice for millions of animals. Not cool, right? Then there's the soil. Without trees to anchor it, the soil in the Amazon would erode and wash into rivers, eventually making its way to the Atlantic. This could wreak havoc on water quality and marine ecosystems. It's like dumping a truckload of dirt into your fish tank and expecting Nemo to be chill with it. But wait, there's more. The Amazon isn't just a big, leafy CO2 sponge. It's a water cycle powerhouse. Trees here release water vapor through a process called transpiration, creating their own mini rain cycle. This helps regulate the climate not just locally but globally. Lose the Amazon and you're messing with weather patterns everywhere. It's like Mother Nature's very own sprinkler system going bust. Now, let's sprinkle in some cool facts, because who doesn't love those? Before we continue, please like this video because our channel is small and new, and your likes are a huge support for us. Did you know the Amazon is home to trees that can walk? Okay, not like in a horror movie, but the roots of the walking palm tree can move to find sunlight. And the Amazon River? It discharges more water than the next 7 largest rivers combined. Talk about staying hydrated. The Amazon isn't just about flora and fauna, though. It's also home to hundreds of indigenous tribes, many of whom have lived there for thousands of years. These communities have a deep spiritual connection to the forest and a wealth of knowledge about its ecosystem. Losing the Amazon would mean losing their homes, their culture, and a treasure trove of ancient wisdom. Okay, so now that we've painted this grim picture, let's talk about some of the broader impacts. Imagine a world without the Amazon rainforest. First up, global weather patterns would go haywire. The Amazon acts like a giant air conditioner, influencing weather patterns across the globe. Without it, we could see more extreme weather events, hurricanes, droughts, and floods galore. Basically, Mother Nature would be having a meltdown, and we'd be along for the ride. Economically, the loss of the Amazon would be a nightmare. The rainforest is a source of countless resources: medicinal plants, rubber, nuts, fruits, and more. Many of the medicines we use today were discovered thanks to the biodiversity in the Amazon. And let's not forget the local economies that depend on sustainable harvesting of these resources. Losing the Amazon could mean losing potential cures for diseases and valuable commodities that people rely on. Now let's dive deeper into the sciencey stuff because, hey, who doesn't love a good science lesson? The Amazon plays a critical role in the global carbon cycle. When trees photosynthesize, they absorb CO2 and release oxygen. Without the Amazon, we lose a major carbon sink, leading to higher CO2 levels in the atmosphere. This would accelerate climate change and lead to more severe consequences like rising sea levels, which could displace millions of people living in coastal areas. Then there's the Amazon's role in the water cycle. Trees release water vapor into the atmosphere through transpiration, which then falls back as rain. This process not only sustains the forest itself, but also affects rainfall patterns far beyond its borders. Without this cycle, we could see drastic changes in precipitation, leading to droughts in some areas and floods in others. It's like messing with the planet's plumbing system. Bad news all around. And if all of this wasn't enough, let's talk about some of the weird and wonderful residents of the Amazon. Ever heard of the kangaroo fish? It's a tiny parasitic fish that has a nasty habit of swimming into, well, let's just say you'd rather not encounter one while swimming. Then there's the bullet ant, whose sting is said to be the most painful of any insect. It's like being shot, hence the name. And let's not forget the Amazonian giant centipede, which can take down bats. Yes, bats. Nature really went all out with this place. These animals are just a few of the millions of unique species that can only be found in the Amazon rainforest, and I've introduced some others in previous videos. Now, I think we've reached the most interesting part. Did you know that the Amazon rainforest is dependent on the African Sahara? Interesting, right? Well, this topic is so fascinating that it deserves a full video, which I'll make for you in the future. But let me give you a short preview. Around 5,000 to 10,000 years ago, during a period known as the African Humid Period, the Sahara Desert was as lush and green as the Amazon is today. If we examine the land in the Sahara, we can find traces of ancient forests, rivers, and lakes. During that time, when Africa was green, Iran was also lush, and the Persian Gulf did not exist. Instead, it was a large forested valley with a massive river flowing through it. Many scientists believe the first human civilizations were built along this river at the bottom of what is now the Persian Gulf. These civilizations are either destroyed or submerged underwater today. It's also said that the Sumerians, one of the oldest human civilizations, emerged near this river. All right, let's get back to the Amazon rainforest. Our question was, what happens if we lose the Amazon rainforest? But what happens depends a lot on how we lose it. What I explained in the video described the consequences after its sudden disappearance. For example, if the Amazon caught fire now in a way we couldn't control, the consequences would be much worse. In reality, Amazon rainforest fires usually occur in sections and regions. A whole forest fire is highly unlikely and unrealistic, but let's assume the Amazon catches fire uncontrollably. Given its vast area, even with very large fires, it might still take years for the forest to completely burn. If this video has encouraged you to plant and protect trees a bit more, then my job here is done. For those of you who have stayed with me this far, I recommend you check out this video from our team as well. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next video, stay curious and full of energy.